So, introducing, this is Ellen Dinning, who is one of our brilliant lettings agents that we've got in our Tillal Al Gaff team.
Stop. Sorry.
Little bit about you, closing deals for fun.
Yeah, before I went back to the UK and realised how bad it was there, I came back. So, yeah, so I've been here, long time now, 8 months, 9 months. So I joined in November and I started in Town Square, which is where I live as well. So it was my home. So that was nice to start somewhere nice and familiar. And then I'm now in Tillal Al Gaff. So
But you didn't move to Dubai and then start here, did you? You were already living in the city, in the country.
Yeah, so I've actually been here 4 years. I've just started my 5th year in the UAE. So I used to live in Sharjah, which was character building.
Glamorous.
I was there for 2 years for my first job, and then I moved into Dubai to be an assistant studio manager at a fitness studio. So my background's in like sports and fitness and personal training and everything like that. So did that, and then that was sort of had a bit of a commission split to it, and it was sort of lingering on the edge that I sort of wanted to do it. And then my friend works at Allsop.
Yeah.
So I remember I was getting the commission and I was like, well, how good would it be to control all of your commission and make sure that you get paid for everything that you do? So I spoke to my friend and I was like, would Allsop be open to speaking with me? And he was like, I don't see why not. So
it's a proper change for you then, isn't it?
Yeah. Huge change. Yeah, huge change. So I've always been in fitness. Ever since I left uni, I did sport at uni, sports science and maths. So moving into this job was nothing like I've ever done. There's always been a fitnessy background, so this was just a complete change up of everything I've ever done.
Well, I'm very glad that you joined the team because you have absolutely smashed it out of the park so far this year, haven't you?
Thank you.
You rented more units than anyone else in the team for the entirety of Q1, stepped up and moved into Tillal Al Gaff seat.
Yeah.
How are you finding that? What's it like working in one of the premium areas in Dubai?
It's very different. I think coming from Town Square, and like I said, I knew Town Square before I even started the role. So a lot of people move over here from the UK and they get put in an area and they obviously don't know anything about it because they've never seen the area. So they're learning the area itself. Whereas I was in a very fortunate position that I knew Town Square and I was able to tell you all the communities before you even asked me to call out.
As someone who lives there rather than as a broker.
Yeah. So that was very fast transactional. Lots of contracts quickly. Lots of quick sort of deals going there. And then when I moved to Tillal, it's slower because the houses are bigger and the deals are more important to people because they're a big choice to.
Big chunk of change.
Yeah.
A lot of cash.
Yeah. So it was a big change in the dynamic of the job. Not that it felt like a new job, but it was the dynamic really switched up. And I got very used to it in Town Square being nice and quick, as you know. And then it went a little bit more mellow.
So you're now working in Tillal Al Gaff, which has had several handovers, lots of different sub communities there.
Yeah.
What sort of people are you working with at the moment? Like let's take the last couple of months. What's happening in the market? We'll go on to kind of what the summer has been like so far this year.
Yeah.
But what sort of people are you working with in the community?
Lots of families. I think Tillal is very, very family orientated. So we're getting a lot of families moving, especially because obviously every unit has a garden, which is obviously perfect for people with kids. And there's obviously a very, very big school nearby. So we've got the RGS school in Tillal. So a lot of people are enrolling their kids in there and then wanting to live in the community as well. So that's quite a big drawing point into the community as well.
So are you finding that people are wanting to live close to the school? Because obviously everyone wants to try and cut down on their commute. We know what the traffic can be like sometimes, but for people to actively want to live in the community that their school's in, is that a major impact in why they're picking Tillal Al Gaff?
I think to be honest, in Dubai, like when you have a client and they mention the school, they always do want to be quite close to it. And I think it is a convenience thing, like you say, with the commute and everything. But yeah, I mean, RGS is a fantastic school. And then you're so blessed that you have such a fantastic community around it. Like there's places where the school is located, but maybe the units aren't really what you're after.
Yeah.
Whereas you've got RGS and then you've got absolutely stunning units in like Aura, Elan, Harmony, like around that. So I think people want to live there because it is just so nice. Like, why would they not do that?
We're seeing it across Dubai. So we've got the new DBS school, which is opening up in Mira. I think they're taking enrollments for this year.
Yeah,
this
for
year?
August.
Yeah. So we've got Kyle and Jess who work in our rental team in Mira. They're saying that like demand is huge because of this school.
Yeah.
Like DBS, they've got a number of schools across Dubai, but so it's like a strong brand which is bringing people there. And year on year, 6% enrollment are up on all Dubai schools, which shows kind of the families they are moving here.
Yeah, no, they are definitely.
So summer, Dubai summer, we feel the fun and the pain and the heat of it.
Yeah.
How have you found it so far this year? So just to kind of give you a few little kind of bits of information, there are 12% more rental contracts that have been registered month on month, June to July. That's DLD wide. That's not just Allsop and Allsop data.
Yeah.
But for us internally, we are 25% up on the amount of viewings that we've done over the last 6 weeks versus last year. Why is that? What do you think is going on?
I mean, obviously going back to the schools, people are coming over and looking at schools. So I'm getting a lot of clients who, I mean, put it this way, how often do people get 6 weeks off where they can go away as a family? Like, it's the 6 weeks holidays in the UK. People are taking advantage of that. Even if they're coming out, looking at things and then having to go back, finish a few things off and then coming back again, people are still entering into contracts because they want to secure a unit and they want to have it ready for when they do move out. So everything picks up at the pace a little bit more in July and August. Whereas even if the school starts in September, people aren't going to sign on a house one day before the kids go into the school. They want to be in there. They want to get comfortable. They want the kids to, understand the area before they go into a brand new school. So I think that's why it's picked up a lot. And people aren't coming out here to then be like, oh, I might view, I might not. Like, people are here. They want to get in viewings and they want to see everything that we have. Like, it's not a case of show me your cheapest option, show me your biggest layout. It's a case of show me every single unit that you have with you so we can understand what it is. And I think that's why the viewings are a little bit higher, because people want to see everything and then
so
make a
it's not
decision.
necessarily a load more. So you think it's not necessarily loads and loads more people. It's just the people that are viewing are maybe potentially more serious and just wanting to kind of knuckle down on what they're trying to find.
Yeah, like I think overall the amount of inquiries that I've received has been less, but every single person has been serious and wanted to view. Whereas before, I think when it's a little bit like more busy as such, let's say, people have inquired and then they haven't really got back to me, or they're like, oh, I don't really care for the area anymore, sort of thing. Whereas people now are inquiring, and then 9 out of 10 times they're getting booked in for a viewing. So, and it's so hot here now. If someone wants to view in this heat, someone booked in for like a midday viewing the other day, that they actually need to see a house.
Yeah, you're not going to be in 45-degree heat if you don't have to. Yeah.
And like some houses have the Dewa, so it's nice. The AC is nice, and we get in and we're like, oh, the landlord's so kind to
I
them.
remember that from working as an agent. Like vacant units, no Dewa in the summer. It's awful. It's really, really bad. So yeah, I think you're right. Like the people who are here, they actually want to spend the money because, we do get a lot of inquiries of a business where people will click a button and say, yeah, I'm interested in viewing it. And then we never hear back from them again. From an overview, we had our best month of the year last month, July, in regards of deals completed, value of deals completed, most agents involved in transactions. It was the busiest month we've had, but you're absolutely right. It's because the people who are here are more serious with it. So sticking with kind of the villas and the townhouses, which is predominantly what you're working with, what we've seen is that the villa and townhouse market makes up 60% of the overall value of the rental deals so far this year.
Yeah.
But there were only 35% of the volume. Why do you think tenants are looking to pay so much more for villas and townhouses rather than apartment living? What do you think it is? I know you mentioned in regards to things like the garden space, but do you think there's other factors which are coming into play?
I think if you compare, so I could just compare in Town Square and Talal, because that's just what I'm sort of knowing. An apartment in Town Square, you get one gym and you get one pool. Whereas you rent in a community in Talal Al Ghaf, such as Aura, you're getting an actual community feel for everything that it offers. So you've got like a space for yoga, you've got, like pools that can be shared. You've got the community centre, like things like that is actually
Do you know what?
full
I
of
didn't
community.
think of that. Yeah, if you're in a building in, let's say, downtown, a 2-bedroom in downtown,
Yeah.
you are, you're getting maybe a nice gym, nice pool of this brand new building. You obviously have the amenities of what's around you, but realistically, who's going to be walking anywhere
it.
around downtown?
Yeah.
For maybe more than 2 months of the year.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you've got a whole community centre, you've got paddle courts. The stuff that they're bringing
Yeah.
out now in some of these new developments is great.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
Tillhouse 1, Ranchers 3. I went to the Ranchers 3 suit the other weekend with my wife and my daughter. It's brilliant, the stuff
It's
they've done.
really developed. Yeah, they've opened a new like Pilates studio and stuff in Ranchers 3.
It's
awesome.
more than just the spinnies, maybe one little kid's soft play area and
Yeah.
maybe a Starbucks. It's like so much more than that now in regards of what they're kind of opening up.
Yeah.
So yeah, that probably explains why people are looking at spending so much money.
100%. I think that's why Tillhouse, it's still very up and coming. It's very well developed considering it's quite in the early stages, as an area. But like you've got the lagoon coming up, like there's just so much like sort of pending. And I think that's why people are willing to pay the prices of a villa and townhouse in Tillhouse, because they know what is about to come. They can see the developments
So I
happening.
think potentially more long term.
Yeah. There's a lot of people that have moved into Tillhouse rentals who have said to me like 2-year, 3-year contracts. And I think that's because they're testing the waters and they want to see everything open up. And then once they see it all there, they'll probably stay. And
So
they'll probably
that
buy
that
it.
leads quite nicely. There was something I wanted to talk about with you, is that we've seen how kind of busy the sales market is, and
Yeah.
they do often go hand in hand.
Mm-hmm.
Now, why do you think people? Do you feel that it's more of maybe of a strategic play that people are like renting for like 1-2 years instead of coming in and buying straight away? Like, do you think they're just, like you say, testing the waters? Do you find people shopping around a little bit more? So they might do a year in Tillhouse, a year in Ranchers, a year in downtown. Like, what are you feeling? What's the feedback you're getting from people on the ground?
I think there's been a few people who have literally said to me, I want to just do a year and then I want to buy, which is obviously fantastic for, the development of the Tillhouse team as well. So that's obviously great. And, people, like you said, do want to test the waters and just see if that's going to work for them. And maybe it's a case of, is the commute to the school worth it from this area? Is the house fantastic? Like, are my kids comfortable here? And I haven't really seen many people who have spent a year in Tillhouse and then been like, I don't really want to be there anymore. Like, a lot of people have been there for a year and been like, yeah, this works. And people have done 2-year contracts that they've paid up front for 2 years because they know what's coming. They can see the lagoon. They can see how far off it is. But yeah, I definitely think that, people will just want to try it out, especially if they're moving on to the UK. You don't want to, in an area you don't know, you don't want to spend that much money on it when you can spend a lot less and trial it.
When you've been here for a number of years, you don't necessarily do the dirham to pound, dirham to euro, dirham to dollar kind of conversion in your head all the time.
Yeah.
But when you do, you convert kind of the money that people are paying up front for rent.
Yeah.
It is a lot of money.
Yeah.
It is a lot of money. If you consider, we're you're northeast, I'm from the north of England. Like, for what people are paying rent here, so you can buy a 2-bedroom house. So, like, do you find that people are kind of surprised by how much things are costing, or do you still think people are just kind of going all in with it?
I think it can be obviously a big change from the UK. Like you say, you can get big houses in the UK for the price that you can rent for 1 year. Even now, seeing some places in Slough, I'm like, wow, like you can buy in the UK, but what do you get in the UK? Like, look at what you get here. Like, look at Dubai. Like, you're not just buying like into the house. You're not just renting into the house. You're renting into Dubai and you're buying into Dubai. So it's not just the area that you live. It's the country that you live in.
Lifestyle, country, city.
Like even the safety, like something that isn't on your rental contract, but you know that you're getting by being here. Like there's a reason that people keep moving out here. Like the UK, I mean, as much as I love the north, it's a bit more deprived than other parts of the UK. So and every time I go home, all I hear from people at home is, oh, like, you don't want to be here. I'm like, I'm only here for 3 weeks. Yeah, no, go back.
Do you know what?
Like,
You've just mentioned there about safety. So for me, I moved out here. There was me and my girlfriend at the time, obviously now married. I'd always heard people speak about kind of the safety of Dubai and how good it is and you don't have to worry about certain things.
Yeah.
I never really paid too much attention to it. Now I'm a dad. It's like the number one thing. Like I used to think a gated community was like something which was really posh and like it was something you can always aspire to. Now, if a community isn't gated, I'm thinking like, well, I don't think I'd really quite want to live there.
Yeah.
Like dad life has completely changed me, my viewpoint in regard to that.
Yeah. No, it's even like, you know, going out as a female, like on an evening for like a walk, for example, or like going for a run. Like I don't even think twice about the fact that I've got noise cancelling headphones or that I'm on my own. Like I don't think about that. Whereas I'm in the UK and it's broad daylight and I'm like, should I walk the dog on my own?
I've got some friends who live in London and he's been there for probably best part of 10 years.
Yeah.
Finished university, found a little place there, built himself up, does amazing with him and his wife now with work. But he said to me like recently, it is the worst he's ever seen it. Like he, like even walking through like the nice places, you're like nervous, you're looking over your shoulder. All these videos you see, people getting the phones nicked and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Scares the life out of me.
No,
so like Dubai, we've kind of covered here that it's like such a resilient place and there's a lot of global uncertainty going on. There's a lot of things kind of going on around the world which people could often perceive as kind of disrupting it here.
Yeah.
But the rental market, the sale market is holding its ground, it's growing, you know, month on month, year on year. We've mentioned the safety. Is there any other things that you can kind of attribute this resilience to? You know, is there anything else that you can kind of think which is helping keep this ship not afloat, but, you know, thriving?
I think just like everything that Dubai literally has to offer, like there's always something new. Like I moved here 4 years ago and there's places that I went to 3 years ago, they don't exist anymore. It's something new. And I think it just keeps it exciting that there's something new and up and coming all the time. And it's not just about like handovers of properties. It's literally like a new beach club down the road, like a new restaurant's going to open, a new like view at the Palm, for example, and like Aura Sky Pool. They weren't here when I moved here. So that was exciting for me because I was here for 2 years. Then they were like, oh, we're opening this, you know, this pool that's 52 floors up and it's, you know, this infinity pool. And I was like, oh my God, like that's amazing. And then it keeps it nice and exciting because you want to stay and see what's next. And I think that's why people's interest in Dubai never dips because let's say like my parents visit once a year every November. And every time they come, I'm like, oh, there's a new restaurant. Oh, there's a new place. Oh, let's go here. Oh, this mall's just opened. And even then they're like, it feels like we're going.
A new place every time they're here.
Yeah, there's like a different holiday every time they come out. And I think people come for the safety and for, you know, the fact that the schools are fantastic. Like the school quality here is obviously amazing. Like my partner works in schools and the facilities they have.
Partner?
Sorry.
What did you say?
Fiance.
Ellen recently got engaged. Congratulations.
I keep forgetting.
Yeah.
Oh, moving the mic. Sorry.
Yeah. Sorry, Kat, to correct you on that one.
Sorry. Oh my God, he'll hit me for that. He'll really shout off. Yeah, he works in GEM schools, so he sees the facilities that they have, and you know, me and him went to 2 schools that were opposite each other on the same street in a little town in the northeast, and we had 1 tennis court and a massive field that was always muddy, didn't have any lines on it.
So much more to offer out here, isn't there?
Yeah, like it's crazy what, like I think about where I went to university and the facilities that had, kids have that when they're in like primary here.
Yeah.
And I think like, I just don't see how anyone could pass up that opportunity if
it's just showing, for me, it's just showing somewhere which is long-term thinking.
Yeah.
And I think the rental market is reflecting that, which then obviously feeds into the sales market. We're seeing so many new businesses either migrating here, you know, established businesses, people setting up new businesses.
Yeah.
That brings tenants, that brings buyers. So I think you're right. I think the market is going to stay firmly strong.
Yeah.
Answer my own question here, but what do you think for the rest of the year? What's happening?
I just can't see it slowing down. Like I think if there was ever a time when it would have slowed or when I would have expected it to slow down was obviously the summer. You know, it, like we said, mega hot. Are people serious about going out for viewings and stuff in the summer? A lot of people go home in the summer. I've just been home myself. So that's when you would think it slowed down. And then the numbers have shown that actually it's got busier. So I just think it'll absolutely be the same. Like I just can't see it ever.
Copy and paste, H1 into H2.
Yeah, I just can't see it ever dipping and things are handing over and, you know, coming up in Dubai all the time.
Yeah. Well, Ellen, thank you very much.
Thank
you
you
for your insight.
Thank you.